Yes. Yes.
Do I have anything in my teeth before we do this?
You know what? I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
Yeah, you have kind of a, looks like a sort of a leprechaun or a sausage.
I didn't eat any leprechauns this morning. No.
Well, they're magic, so. All right.
I wouldn't do that to a leprechaun.
Now,
This
this is
one's gonna be
commentary
awesome.
for
The Ill Communication.
an album which
Jinx.
was created. Well,
Oh, that dog.
this album was made in mostly like 93, 94. Came out in 94.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was created. Let's see. We worked at Bullshit Alley here in New York. Was that the first place we started recording?
Basically, what we did was we went to Tin Pan Alley in New York and recorded tracked all the stuff on the instruments.
Big shout out to Chris.
And then so things like Sabotage and Sabrosa and things of this nature we tracked. And then we went out to LA and we made all the hip hop stuff and we recorded all the vocals. This is my recollection.
It sounds good. And we mixed it G-Sun in LA
out in
with the
LA.
parquet floor and the basketball
I
court.
don't know, we stayed for like a month or something in New York recording.
More? I
tracks,
feel
I
it
think.
felt like, wasn't it more than that?
Really? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe
It was summertime. I remember that much.
Yeah.
I remember it was warm.
But also, I remember this song. We got Hurricane. We woke him up. He was in bed, and we called him, and then he did that hook. Right? I don't know if he was in bed.
That sounds about right.
I feel like he was
Yes.
sleeping.
What was he wearing?
I don't know. I wasn't there. I was on the other end of the
Video chat.
This was well before Skype.
phone.
And then I just remember. I'm trying to think. I think this song. I remember the beat, and then I remember, of course, the flute loop. Not to be confused with the song flute loop, but the
This
flute
album
loop
has
in
two
this thing
flute loops.
that was something we felt was banging, as they might say. And
This is an SP 1200 start on this one. I don't know if it was.
no, I
Studio
think
G.
the flute I feel was MPC though.
I beg to differ.
Huh?
Yeah, I do. I mean, Mario might have insisted
check.
on using the MPC because he preferred that one.
Well, let's make this clear because, well, actually, it was kind of like that on Shake Your Head, but Adam, aka Ad Rock over here, was an SP1200, EMU SP1200 enthusiast, whereas Mario, myself, and I believe you, Yauch, we were on the Akai MPC 60 side of the
Yes.
fence. Then really, it's just whatever works for you. Whatever, it's not to say one's better than the other. They both have unique properties, and they're good machines for the time and what they did.
Hey, Andre, can you turn up the gain a little bit on Mike Diamond's microphone because it is.
Well, also on
In fact,
the
you know what, Mike? This was a combo
low.
of the two because that other beat in the hook was definitely on the MPC at G-Sun. I remember that.
Okay, we also hear the audio louder, or should I just turn up the overall on the bad boy? Got that, Yauch?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Say something, Mike, to test your microphone.
Check, test.
Chest.
Yeah, that looks
Yeah.
beautiful. It's a great
Nice.
level.
Mm.
It's really just.
What's gonna
That's
happen
about.
next?
That's really optimum signal to noise ratio there.
Oh. All right. That tough guy, I just like to give a shout out Bob Mack. Well, actually, really, I should wait to Heart Attack, I guess.
Heart Attack
Heart
was
Attack
Bob
Man.
Max.
It's more.
Close personal friend.
But yeah, I guess this was kind of brought up on. We would play basketball a lot on the G-Sun court and elsewhere, and sometimes bigger dudes would get involved in the game who just didn't, have the best body control, and elbows would flail a little bit and get heat, in
wanna
an
name
unnecessary
names?
way. No, listen.
Heart Attack. Is
I
his
mean,
name.
there's pictures to show to prove what happened. There's a time I had the 2 black eyes.
You only had one black eye.
you
You
had
actually
one-
had an
that was
eye
in-
patch.
that was in New
You had an
York.
eye patch. It did happen in New York.
No,
yeah.
no. There was a time in LA that I got the black eyes.
Really?
And but I actually think that was from Mario, who is not a tough guy.
Yeah.
But very pointy.
But he does have pointy elbows.
He has pointed elbows.
But that was really just a innocent accident.
Wow, this is the third song on his record.
Yeah, this is a bugged out cut, setting
Right.
the tone.
See,
early.
we were testing people even back then.
This is going though like one rhyme, Steve.
What happened to this song? Where did it go?
You know, it probably lasted about as long as the effort that we put into it.
Wow,
This is a good little bugged out
This is
cut
a nice
though.
little joint.
You know, if you need to get weird and you need someone to get weird
No,
with,
sure.
I think this is
Actually-
a great song to do it to.
You know what? The beat, I really like this beat and the bass line, both. Hey, with us, can I turn this shit up?
Mike, if you turn it up,
Come on.
There's a structure here. There's a system.
But enjoy this. Like I can't enjoy
Yeah,
it
but
right now.
you can listen later on your iPod at home.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't
Listen,
heard this song in
I know-
good
I-
10 years.
I know the people are with me. They want me to hear it louder now too.
Yeah, no, I mean they can turn it up. This isn't even mixed yet. When this is mixed,
Oh,
it
yeah.
may be louder. It may be this is
Funny stuff.
yeah. Let's just bug into this cut.
I was looking at that, holding that record the other day. Actually, just 2 days ago.
Do you want to tell the story of when the guy took your picture in the doctor's office?
No, I'd rather not. It's actually really not funny.
I'm trying to remember anything
I
with
probably
this.
shouldn't have brought that up.
Yeah, that's cool.
This song has crazy bass lines. I just want to say
It's
that.
got some very good bass lines.
And at this time, I mean, actually always, even to this present day, Yauch can bust out crazy bass lines at G-Sun and here at Oscilloscope.
I don't know if I played bass lines on this or if this is loops.
This one might be a loops. But
But
some crazy shit.
you know, with the upright, I got the upright bass just as we were finishing Check Your Head. And then I think I used it on a couple of remixes
Uh-oh. The rhythm ace.
Ooh.
and then played the upright a bunch on this record.
That was hot right there, that part. Actually, yeah, this song, you know what? It's going way back up in my book now.
This is a big
Yeah,
hit.
this is a big record. This is a big record. Actually, I heard Casey Kasem talking about this one the other day on his show.
Casey Kasem?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, you know what I really did hear? This morning, the radio alarm clock went off, and Eugene's Lament was playing
On the radio?
on NPR. Like, you know how
Really?
they play the little snippets of music
Uh-huh.
between things on NPR?
You wake up with a radio alarm
I
clock?
do wake up with a radio
Wow.
alarm clock on NPR. Yeah. So that I can wake
very
up and
paper
take
chase.
take Losay to
Like
school.
that. Yeah.
That was the wait, what effect? That was like the what effect is that on the? Oh, let me. Is it alright if I show the people the mic, or is that a secret?
Yeah, you know what? Tell 'em this. We
Oh, this
use
is
we
big.
use
This will
a
be very
variety mic. We use the
Right.
variety mic.
This is the mic.
That we use this on.
We used on this
use it on
song.
Check Your Head. We use it on Ill
So what you
Communication.
want? A lot of cuts, and
It's the variety.
just
Sony
there
variety mic.
you heard we were rocking the regular setting, but then for that B-boys making with the freak, the high button. Right
Yeah,
there
there's a
was
bunch of
pressed.
different special settings on this mic. Magic settings.
Well, never mind. Yes. Never mind.
Now we're on the song Bobo on the Corner, which this was recorded at the Tin Pan Alley Studios here in New York when we would just like show up and play music a lot of days. And this day, Bobo really just set things off on Jim Bay.
Yes.
I like this one.
That was good times though. You
Yeah,
know,
a lot
had
of
the
what we would
three of
do is
us
just go in
around.
the studio and mess around, and then Mario would press record if it was sounding half decent. And I think this was just like, I think we were just improvising, and Mario just hit record. One of those type of things.
Yep. Yeah. Let's see. We had the three of us around. Bobo was on this cut. Mark was around the whole time. Mario, I guess that was our whole crew. Root down. See, just hearing this makes me just want to start to rap.
Well, you are, you're an MC, Mike. You
I am.
do this.
Like, just makes me want to go rah. But this, of course, is okay because we list on the record where it comes from, right?
Green tea.
I would think so.
But
I would definitely think so.
I just don't want to give away any trade secrets, But very nice groove, beat, whatever, sample on here. Really tasty treat.
This is all loops from one record and big loops. Usually we chop things up a lot more than this, and we usually blend a bunch of different things together. But this is the rare occasion of really just taking one record and making a record out of it.
And it worked. I think.
Great reference there to the Fruit of the Loom guys,
Yes.
who are really special to me.
Of course, they went on to much bigger things.
Reference to Utah there. Spent quite a bit of time in Utah at Snowbird.
When was that? That was
Utah, winter probably of 92, 93, 94, around that time, those winters I was hanging out there a lot. Hanging out with Tina Bassich and Mike Bassich and them. All them Snowbird cats.
The whole Bassage family.
I don't know.
Well,
the rest
no,
of the
because there
Bassich
might be a lot
family.
of other people in the fam.
No,
I shouldn't say that.
but a lot of Snowbird folks
Mhm.
out there. Dan from the candy store.
Is that code for something?
No, I think he really worked at the candy store.
Pass
He
that
might
info on
still
to the
he might
biz.
still be there.
Oh, that's my phone.
And he'd snowboard too?
Oh yeah. Most people are out there have some job just to make enough money so that they can just snowboard all the time.
Oh, there. I was just talking about taking the subway to school,
Yeah.
which is what I would do in high school.
There was a restaurant near your school in high school, right?
It is still there.
Where?
Which
the
one?
one with the jukeboxes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
you're
Burger
talking
King
about
Jr.
Burger King Jr. on Montague Street. Yeah.
You heard what happened to Yauch's cousin down there, right?
Burger King Jr.
Outside the McDonald's.
No,
Yeah, that was right there on Montague Street.
What? Did the gorilla fall out of the truck there?
Yeah,
Really?
It was right
That was
there.
my cousin seen the gorilla fall straight out the McDonald's
What?
truck.
But can someone, Adam, I think you could back me up. On Cadman Plaza, there was that diner, called Park Plaza or something. I forget what it was called.
Uh-huh.
But they had the jukeboxes. Obviously,
sound
I'm
familiar.
dating myself here. People had the jukeboxes at the booths, the tables.
Yeah.
And they had. I used to frequently like to play Billy Squire's Stroke
Great song.
at the jukebox. Just saying.
What about Julio's place? You guys remember we used to hang
Oh,
out
yeah.
at Julio's place? There's
Tempest?
a bar on the corner. There was on the corner of Court and State, which is now just a big
It's like a long
Movie
new
theater.
shopping mall,
like-
movie theater
yeah.
thing. But
Shaw.
there was this little bar there where we used to play. Tempest, Pac-Man. I think they
I
had.
think they had Scramble.
Defender.
I believe they
They
had
had
Scramble.
Scramble?
I remember definitely playing Tempest there. But good times. Good times at
Yeah.
Julio's place.
Scramble was a really underrated video game. I really like Scramble.
Frogger.
I like Frogger.
Do you have a Scrambler app for your iPhone?
I don't know what's up with Scramble, but if someone wants to get me one, maybe.
Gorf. Are you
There's a
into it all?
gift. I love Gorf. In high school, for me, when I would go up there, I used to play Gorf at the Blimpies, and if you got a certain high score, you get a free bluffing.
At at Blimpies on Montague Street?
I didn't go to school on Montague Street.
Now, how do you feel about tabletop model video games? Like,
I
when
like
you...
'em.
Like you mean when you sit down and play
Yeah.
Pac-Man?
You
Exactly.
can't really get loose, but they're cool.
I always feel a little sleazy, like leaning over the thing, and then the top's all greasy from people eating their pizza on it and stuff. And
I never minded that.
I feel like it kind of takes away from the seriousness of gaming.
I just feel like you can't really get loose. Like you can't get your stance. You can't hit. Like you can't lift your hand too much because the glass is there.
Yeah.
I get loose when I play.
So should we tell?
Especially
We should
if I'm
tell.
going to be somebody's hyper.
we
like
should
I
tell
really
the
need
story
space.
of that song. Oh, now it's over. Is it-
No,
is that
it's
what
just
the-
a break.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's coming back.
The break.
Yeah.
Okay. That song was something that we started playing at Tin Pan Alley, and the dude who owned the place, Chris, used to keep on running into the room. Like he would always say to us, like, you should just think about whatever you're really into, you know, like whatever you're really into, just think about that and then play music. So this one day we were messing around with these riffs on Sabotage, and he comes running into the room and says, "That's it. That's what I'm talking about."
This is exactly what you guys should be doing.
So then we called the song. The working title was Chris Rock on his cut because she was so amped up on it. And then later, Adam put vocals on it when we were back in LA.
And actually, it was interesting. It was like we had a lot of other stuff done, if I remember right, on the album by the time then Adam added the vocals to it.
Yeah,
Like it was
like
a little
last
later
thing,
on.
The last take, I think, that you did of the vocals was one of the last things you did. Maybe the last thing.
Yeah. So it was kind of like one of the first started, last finished type joints. It's got a little of everything, you know. Bass, guitar, drums, percussion. Oh! Someone must be calling my cell phone. Oh, okay. Now here, of course, Get It Together, featuring the artist Q-Tip, who is in a Tribe Called Quest at the time that he recorded this with us.
That's it. He used to stop by the studio all the time and play basketball and hang out. Like when he was out in LA, he'd come by and hang out with us.
He's one of our celebrity basketball guests.
Well, actually, him and Africa from the Jungle Brothers. It's okay. They had a rivalry that would take place at our studio. They would both come by the studio in various stages of consciousness and have a fierce rivalry on the court.
Oh yeah.
But then eventually, I don't know. I think we were very big fans of Tribe at this time, and wanted to get
Jungle Brothers,
of course, and yeah, we wanted to get Tip on the track, and then finally, just one day, I think he heard this beat at the studio, and he's like, "Yo, give me the mic. Let me do some shit."
Jungle Brothers, for me, I just want to say it, their second record done by the Forces of Nature is one of the best rap records ever made.
Yeah.
It's such a good record.
First album too is
First
great.
album is a classic.
Straight Out of the
obviously.
Jungle. I mean, has
Second
some
record
incredible songs.
is a bug out. I recommend it.
Yeah.
If someone's listening here. This loop is one of my all-time favorite loops that we ever used. It's one of those loops you could just listen over and over and over for a long time.
Yeah, it has a nice hypnotic effect. Wait a minute.
That's Eugene Rev MC whatever.
Yeah, Eugene McDaniels.
Eugene McDaniels
on the
yes.
chorus.
So yeah, I think what happened was that Tip improvised a whole bunch of stuff, and then I think we cut up pieces of what he had done and fit some of our lyrics around it.
Yeah, it was almost like we had to rhyme around what he had done in a way to make it all work.
But Tip's a good friend. It's cool. He came out and did a bunch of shows with us, played on Tibetan Freedom concerts, and we played this song together a bunch of times live. Good shit. Good times.
Yep. Oh, you know, Biz Markie was also amongst our celebrity drop-bys at this time. But
yes,
that, of course, I should really mention that in another song. But I'm just saying, in terms of thinking about a whole different
Biz
type
spent a
of
lot of
basketball.
time at the studio, actually. Biz was there often.
Making mixtapes.
Yeah.
What else? What else? What else?
No, just G-Sun. We had good times at that studio.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
We'd go there every night. And that's where we had the skateboard ramp and the basketball hoop. It was like the clubhouse.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
couldn't show up. We couldn't make noise there until after
Like what,
6
like-
o'clock because there was a drugstore downstairs, and until they closed, because if we bounced the basketball or played drums or whatever, they could hear it downstairs. So we usually show up, I think, around 6, and then we'd stay there until like whatever 3 in the
2,
morning.
yeah,
whatever.
3, yeah.
Was this in New York? We recorded this? I feel like
Yes.
this was in L.A. Did we
Yeah,
do
no, all the
percussion
all the-
overdubs or something in L.A. for this one?
Maybe, but I
think
feel
this
like
was
the
all New York.
yeah, definitely. I feel like the basic tracks of this, like these drums and bass and like
No, and the percussion
keyboards
too.
were in,
Bobo was with us
New
in
York.
New York. This is all.
Maybe I'm thinking of the Check Your Head record.
Yeah. The Check Your Head.
Was the
stuff
song on
was
that
all
record?
LA.
Guitar playing is really good on this, right? Everybody's talking about that.
I actually do like the guitar playing a lot on this.
You know, that's what I do.
That's what I do too for him.
I think there's, I'm gonna give kudos all the way around. I think there's tasty licks
Ups.
by everybody up in this piece.
Hey, girl.
Oh wow!
Wow, thank you.
If you get a chance, maybe put Mike's phone in the freezer in case it rings again.
Put that shit on ice. Or what about Sabrosa? I don't know what to say. I like this. This is
That's a
one
nice
of the
jam.
instrumental cuts. I
nice cut.
really
Would you call this a jam?
A joint.
said cuts. Thing.
Okay, I have a related story to this one. I brought my before we recorded this record, like in the
This
spring, this album. We went up to we had some time off, and I went up to Alaska, and I brought my upright bass with me to Alaska to try and practice, to get try and get my playing up, and it worked out well because it was cloudy a lot. You can't snowboard in the part of Alaska I was in when it gets really cloudy. So I ended up just hanging
That
out
had
in
to
the
have been
hotel.
an oversized item. to
It
get
was
on the plane.
definitely crazy. It was ridiculous.
It's a pretty big item.
But it worked out well because then right after we got back, we went in the studio, and then I, had
Well, you
practiced a
got
bit.
good at it, that's for sure.
Well, I could play a little bit.
Some. This whole, we never do like this. It's different.
Oh, this is a nice little breakdown. Maybe we should bring this back for the live arrangement. Yeah, I think actually
I don't
also.
think I listened to this one in a long time.
Yeah, I would say for me listening to this, I remember like at the time, I think for all of us, but I know definitely for myself, I was really into like Miles Davis on the corner type stuff. Not that, whatever, those were incredible musicians, not that we're at that kind of level of musicianship or anything, just to make it, except for you, Ad Rock. But, I mean, you're on a different plateau. You play on a different feel,
Yeah. It's here, really. It's right around here. This is where it happens. Some
and
people say it's more right brain, but it's kind of, my face, right this
Like-
side right here.
Like Adam, because I haven't heard you talking that much about it lately. But like, would you say for yourself, it's kind of like how Diddy or Kobe talk a lot about being locked in? Is that
Well, they talk about this thing called the zone. It's a kind of new phrase that people are kicking around. I'm thinking about copywriting it.
You guys watched the game last night?
I did, and I
watched
couldn't.
some
I
of the
couldn't
game.
sleep. I really fucked up. Like I should have just turned off when they went into overtime.
Yeah.
Because it's like they went overtime, and it's like, okay, Orlando's just gonna lose. I shouldn't watch it now because they're in overtime. But then I just kept watching it and I was sucked in.
I think these are some loops from some weird jam we had, right?
There's that upright bass. I haven't heard this song in a very long time. Didn't we play this once?
I don't know.
Like on live at a show? I believe we did. 'Cause there was one song where I played upright bass.
Really?
Like once, yes.
Wow.
And maybe there's a reason that we only did it once.
Oh no, I think you're right. I feel like we did play this live once, and you played bass, I played drums, and you MC'd.
I definitely played the upright bass at least one show, and I would assume it'd be for one of these type of songs.
Hey, Mike, come put your coffee over here. It just freaks
Yeah.
me out seeing the coffee on near the console. It's just, beautiful. Beautiful. Thanks. Oh, okay.
Down
All right,
that
all right,
shit. Oh, see?
Just for a second. I want to see what that bass line was, or piano, or whatever it was.
I haven't heard it. Ooh. Ooh, I like this.
Yeah.
We haven't listened to this or played this.
Yeah.
It must have sounded really good when I was playing upright bass on stage.
So sick.
Adam, would you say you were locked in when you were playing upright bass?
I was pretty keyed up, locked in, zone type stuff. I was feeling it, as the kids say. I was
Now,
loose,
Keyed up on
pretty
peyote.
confident.
do you still, Adam, look at like LeBron, Kobe, P. Diddy, these people as your contemporaries in the game?
Well, not so much. I mean, they're obviously younger. They have a lot to learn still in the game. You know, I see myself more as a Herman the Helicopter type of, player.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yo.
A little more of like a Kiki Vanderway type of dude.
Sort of. Yeah. Like Kiki, like Neil Walk was a Nick, like Phil Jackson in his when he played in his prime.
No, I can't really. I'm not adjusting well to Phil Jackson without his mustache. I mean,
You know what I recommend? I think just get a Sharpie and just draw a mustache on the front of your TV.
But what about when another show comes on?
Well, I hadn't really thought that through when I said it. Yeah, that might be a problem. But, maybe just a mustache on the TV
I
could
did
be.
not know this song was on the album. This record. I thought this was on a single.
Oh, Futterman's Rule, yeah. This one
Wait,
is actually...
Futterman's on the album?
Yes.
Oh, get out of here.
Oh, yeah. This one is actually a holdover. This is a song we did towards the end of making Check Your Head, and then didn't put on Check Your Head, and then finished it.
Really?
Juanito came in and played percussion on it, and then we put it on this record. And then
Really?
we kind of upped the ante when Juanito put
It's
the
a good
the
memory on
congas
that
on it.
one.
That's my memory on it anyway.
Really? Okay. No, I did not know of this.
So I think this is the only song that was a holdover from Check Your Head.
I don't believe we've done that. Do you want to talk about the actual Futterman's Rule?
Oh,
yeah,
that's a good idea.
Very good idea.
Yeah. So my parents have some friends named the Futtermans, and they used to have a rule at their house that when two people were served, that you could start eating. Like, why wait until everyone's served? Let your food get cold. This was like a policy at their house. So we started doing it at our house, and the Brackett started doing it as well. And then Josh Brackett took it upon himself he decided that he was going to try to spread the rule far and wide and tell as many people as possible about it, and he hoped that one day it would come back to him, and that someday he would be sitting at a table and someone would say, oh, Futterman's Rule in effect.
Well, you can come to my house and have dinner anytime.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
we
well,
enforce that rule. I
I'm
mean,
very
we don't
curious
enforce it,
now.
but,
Did
you
the
know,
prophecy, in
if you wanna
fact,
do
did it come to be?
I don't know. We're gonna have
Did
to check
this
in with
bear
Josh. Maybe
fruit?
not yet, but maybe this
Well,
will help. Maybe if
surely
people start using
I would
Well,
think,
his
Adam,
children have-
you might have hosted him and said Futterman's Rule.
Children have had dinner at
Right?
your house, I'm sure.
Yeah, but that's that's in the same
Getting closer and closer to him.
closed circle there. But anyway, so
Oh,
in,
so you
in
mean if you
calling this
said
song that,
Futterman's-
it was a hope that it would help to spread the rule
The gospel
further on. Yeah.
of Futterman, if you will.
Yeah.
But
great
did you
rule.
explain the rule?
Yeah.
Two or more served, all may eat.
That's actually on the lyric sheet.
Okay,
That's
but
the
no, I
lyrics.
mean, I think it's a very sensical rule. I think it's
sensical.
yes. Is that,
Yeah.
Did you just
I'm
coin
in
that word?
agreement.
is that a word?
I'm in agreement that is a real word.
It's this shit makes sense,
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have much sleep last night.
Not
To be
yet.
honest,
So you're a little bit nonsensical.
I am. But I think Futterman's rule, in contrast, makes a lot of sense. You know,
Yeah.
food's
I think
getting
so.
cold.
Good,
Too.
yeah.
I mean,
all
look,
this food
look at
stuff.
the Italians with pasta. Timing is of the essence.
It's true.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The Japanese with soba. Japanese, you know, there's a lot of food that there's serious timing issues involved. You even say a piece of fish, you could take it from the grill, plate it, bring it to somebody. In that time, if they're waiting, it could become overcooked just sitting on their plate.
You know what? I just want to say, I think that's Bobo playing the timbali solo. So I'm starting to wonder if maybe I lied about Juanito playing the congas on that
And
one.
the
I could be
holdover?
wrong,
Well, it's a
but
fine line between lying or just being mistaken.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But maybe Juanito played the congas and then Bobo played the timbales. I'm not sure. We might have to check the liner notes on that one. Oh, yo, I just ran into Michael Holman the other day,
Really?
and he asked me to say
word?
what's up to you, cats.
Fresh.
Yeah. I went to a function at the United Nations,
Oh wow.
and he was there.
Michael Holman of Graffiti Rock was.
He was at the United Nations.
You heard that Russell's? Were you telling me he's like an ambassador or some shit now?
Russell Simmons?
Yeah, someone's telling me he's.
I don't know about that. Nicolas Cage was being made an ambassador when I was at the UN.
Wow. Wow, the world is upside down. No offense, Nick. It's very strange though to see Michael Holman. No, you know, I mean disrespect, but I run into Michael Holman from time to time, and I can't help but thinking, and even Vinnie Gallo, picturing them with Cazals on, and be like, oh, what word?
But you know what's funny? I was walking down 8th Street. No, it was Prince Street. Walking on Prince Street with my dad. Michael Holman walks by, and he just, as he's passing me, he goes, "Yo, be careful with your dad's turntable."
He said that?
He did not say that.
Very
very
clever.
Cool.
So I give him props for that.
Yeah, so, yo, what's up with my dad? You want to talk shit about my dad?
Now, to make it clear, we have been speaking about the one Michael Holman, who Michael Holman goes back. He was around at like a lot of early hip hop stuff. He was actually very good friends with Jean-Michel Basquiat. He was around like a lot of art stuff.
But he was also
happening.
around,
And was
like,
in a band with
he
Jean-Michel.
was around like Mud Club,
Yeah,
and like
all the Mud Club
Hurrah
stuff.
and like them. And what was the name of the band?
He
that
was in this
played
band Gray with oh wait, no, maybe Gray was the other band Jean-Michel was in, and he was in a different band with Jean-Michel.
He might have been in both of them. What's the other
he might
one?
have
What's
been
the
in
other
a
one
couple. I
called?
forget the other. Tamara would know. She'd be mad that I don't remember this. But anyway, he was around like a lot of stuff
Yeah,
in
I think
downtown
he was telling me the other night when I saw him that
New
he
York,
played
and then
in both those
he
band
got
groups.
somehow. I don't know the exact story, but he got it. Actually, I guess we had a. Yeah, he got it together to do, like I guess kind of probably like the first hip hop TV show, Graffiti Rock. Right? I mean, it probably wasn't.
If you haven't seen Graffiti Rock, you need to get on YouTube and watch it. Or buy the tape. There's DVDs or tape, DVD, whatever
I think
you
he
wanna call it.
distributes like a DVD.
I have a
think you
DVD
get
of it
from
for
him.
sure. Graffiti Rock.
Or not, I don't know from him, but whatever. There's a company that does it. So Graffiti Rock. Anyways, it's cool to check out. Definitely a historical. And actually, it has Run DMC on it.
I just want to say a little thing about this song before it goes away. That the beat on here I found at a thrift store, like a Salvation Army type place, and it was like a record that had been rained on or had water damage. Like the crappiest messed up record, and then put it on the needle on there, and it was probably one of the most beautiful beats of all time.
I like
Mhm.
that joint.
The way the song plays and the whole thing, and then when the beat kicks in, classic.
Oh, and now
And the bass is upright bass, I think.
You
I
played
think
it,
it is. But
Yeah.
I don't know if it's upright or
Doom,
not.
doom, doom, doom. Yeah,
I think it is.
sounds like it. Doom, 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 doom.
yeah, I
Alright,
think you
so
must have played that bass line on
this
all right
is-
here. So now we're on
Yeah, I did play
Eugene did this in L.A. at
G-Sun.
in Atwater.
it, as heard on NPR this morning.
That's right.
Isn't that crazy?
I really like that you wake up with the alarm clock radio.
With NPR. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. It's good. Hear what's going
Yeah.
on, you know?
I wake up with Kiernan. I mean, I don't physically wake up with Pat Kiernan.
You don't have a little
You're
timer
married,
on
Adam.
the TV.
Adam, you're married.
So is he. But
Is he?
I would assume so. He talks about his wife often. Pat Kiernan.
So-
is
so
New York
do-
One.
so do
your
you,
own
Adam.
time,
That's
it's
true.
fine.
What's that? He's a newscaster on New York One. I don't wake. I wake up and then let's go see him. I'll do a whole other tape just about this.
Good morning, Pat.
Hey, Pat.
Yeah, this will have to be a separate. Wow, let's get some real
Oh, yo, all right.
You
so
know,
when we were
Fiddler on the
just in
Roof type
Japan,
shit.
One morning, I got up early, went down to the breakfast buffet. You guys weren't up yet. I'm at the breakfast buffet by myself. Dude walks up to me and says, "Hey, I'm a good friend of Eugene's, Eugene Gore." And then he chatted with the dude for a little while.
And you said of Eugene of the Lament.
Yeah, well, I knew because he said Eugene Gore.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no,
Haven't
I'll
seen
tell you,
Eugene in
this
a long
song
Yeah, I haven't
is,
seen him
I don't know if you
forever.
guys realize, is been undergoing a major resurgence.
Oh, yeah, it's exploding right now.
It's kind of a big, like a groundswell.
On the circuit, though, just on the circuit.
Because I had someone a few months ago, and maybe the first time ever, but this is what I'm talking about with the resurgence. A friend, she was like, I was listening to Eugene's Lament the other day, and I love that song. See, so sometimes it's a groundswell.
Who was
Big
it? Who said it?
movement.
I want to know who said it.
Not naming names.
I forgot that this song was on the album. I thought this was on a single also.
This is a nice little cut. I like the fact that this is a
Mhm.
short cut with just 2 little verses.
Yes.
It's nice.
And I have to say, still live to this day, this song is a nice live cut. It just has like a nice up tempo, just like a good vibe to it. Of course, name check Pat Ewing in the song, so it's obviously going back a ways to sort of, I don't know, one of the golden eras, if you will, of Knicks history when they almost won a championship. Almost, sadly, being an operative word. But that's a lot further than they are now, sadly. Oh yeah, Don Cornelius, of course,
Another
of
very good friend of the band.
Soul Train fame, Soul Train fame, and then of course, actually on Paul's Boutique, we had a now infamous appearance on the show Soul Train.
We went on Soul Train twice.
Yes, 2 times.
We
was
were
the
on there.
first?
Licensed to Ill, we were on there.
Yep. And then
What did we
Paul's
do?
Boutique.
I'm gonna say Brass Monkey, but I could be wrong.
That must have been great. That must have been really
I
good.
mean, like Brass Monkey, Soul Train, 2 things that go great together. I mean, done deal, done. Oh, that was a short song. Good short song though. Oh, now here is the biz. Another one of our G-Sun frequent studio guests and collaborators. Yeah, he would come by. He came by. I was saying, check your head time. 2. He did Biz vs. Nuge at that time and some other stuff. But he would come by, I guess, whenever he was in the LA area, and he would bring a bag or send some. He'd either bring or send someone out for a bag of candy when he'd come by, which
Well,
was
that's
unique.
We'll just tell the thing. Maybe we already told it before, but the first time we, I guess, hung out with Biz, he came to G-Sun, but and the first thing he asked was if there was a candy store nearby,
Yeah.
and it had to have been like 9-10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, he's like, yo, where's the candy store? I mean, candy stores hadn't. I mean, they were at that point. Maybe there even were still some candy stores. Like now, candy stores really don't exist anymore.
I wouldn't know. I don't know.
And I think the story is that then somebody was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go out. I'm going over there anyway. Can I get you something?" And
Going
he
to
said,
Copper Keg.
he said, just give me a bag of candy.
no, yeah, no,
Like,
I
no
remember.
specifics.
And I think it was like me or
Just give me
Mario
a
or something. We were
bag
like,
of
well, what
candy.
kind of stuff? Like chocolates, Skittles, like what? He's like, just like a whole bag of candy.
And that's when after, I guess it was one of those nights I drove him back to the hotel, and we went to 7-Eleven, and it was an interesting experience.
Did you get another bag of candy?
Wow.
7-Eleven?
Wow, it was a shopping
Did you get a
bonanza.
Slurpee?
I mean, he probably got 3 burritos, a whole array of candy, some drinks. The guy behind the counter was flipping out that it was Biz at the 7-Eleven at like fucking 4 in the morning. It was intense. The whole thing was intense. It's a lot of food for that late at night. It was interesting.
Yeah. But I do have to say, Biz was amazing at the studio. He would do incredible stuff every time he came by.
We should have seen Biz on the basketball court.
Yeah.
Remember we played at that little court on Melrose with the low
Oh
baskets?
my God. Yep.
Oh.
No, Biz would bring it both as on the mic creatively and on the basketball court. He had his own.
Well,
he had his own
it lasted
style.
only a couple minutes out there on the court. He has a lot
True.
more endurance on the mic.
True. But and also I just want to also add that during this time he would come to the studio. I remember specifically at least one time, I think a couple times, he would like make mixtapes, because this is of course before iPods or whatever, so he'd make mixtapes for when he was like have to fly back to New York, and he would just break out the wildest stuff. Not just that wild, but like he would just have like a plastic bag filled with 45s, but with stuff like Paul Simon and like Jeremiah
was a bullfrog.
Yeah, exactly. Jeremiah was a bullfrog, like James Taylor, like whatever.
Yeah.
Gordon Lightfoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, at one time we discussed doing a whole album where we played backing and he sang for all like 70s like cuts.
We did the cover of the
We did a
Joker,
cover of
whatever.
the
What did we
Joker.
do with that?
We should have done.
Yeah, I don't know what happened
what's
to
that
Joe. Well, we
one?
did Benny. We recorded Benny and the Jets.
But we recorded
too.
the Joker.
We did
But
record
I don't
put
know
it
what
out.
happened.
I don't know if it ever came out.
We should find that.
Yeah, we should
Oh.
find it. And
And
we should
do the
have
whole
done.
cover album with
We
the-
should do Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog, and we should do that. What's that one on the south side of Chicago?
Oh,
We should
bad
only just
Leroy
do
Brown.
Leroy
But we should
Brown.
only do like one verse and a hook though, because after that it's not funny anymore.
Although you guys are forgetting the highlight is when we were making the list and you go, and I forget, one of you guys said like, "How about I Am Woman?" It was like, and Biz goes, "Yeah, I'll do that."
Helen
That's
Reddy?
dope.
Yeah,
Alan
he said,
Reddy?
"Yeah, I love that song." Good times.
So yeah, so we got that to look forward to.
I like this song right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ricky's theme was nice. Nice. Ricky Powell, of course, had many sayings, but the one I think I'll remember kind of most, I guess, in relationship to this song is, wait, if it's, he had, "Don't diss if you can be nice, and when it's nice outside, everything's good, and if it's not, light up."
Right.
I believe. Anyway.
Another interesting
These
thing
were-
about
this was his-
this time
Ricky's.
period is I think after License to Ill, we got pretty insular and started doing more stuff ourselves, like not wanting to work with other people in terms of like, remember we were taking our own publicity photos and just using like a cable release and shooting our own videos mostly. And I think as we came out of Check Your Head into Ill Communication, we started working with some other people more and started working with Spike on some stuff, and Ari Markopoulos did help put together a video for this. He came in with shooting in the studio, and it was an interesting time when we started collaborating with some other people on some things.
Mhm.
Ari came and shot a bunch of stuff while we were in Tin Pan Alley in New York. He brought like his Bolex and his little cameras, whatever he has, like a bunch of interesting cameras, and came and shot stuff. And then he toured with us too and shot a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And then his pictures are on the inside. Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Of
Those are his
the
photos.
communication
in the
record.
artwork.
Ari's photos.
And Bobo was involved. Eric Bobo
Yeah, Bobo
Yeah.
was in New York with us.
involved a lot with this record. And of course, Keyboard Money Mark.
Yeah.
Mark the Sheep.
Yeah.
Of course.
Needless to say, keyboard
And
money
I think
mark.
even Hurricane stopped by when we were in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Did some stuff. I wonder if that studio still exists, Tin Pan Alley. You guys
I don't think
know?
it does, because someone was telling me, I forget who it was, someone like recorded in there after we were in there, and then someone recorded after we were in there, and they were recording with somebody else, and they just kind of like rented the room, and like a lot of the stuff was already gone. Like they just brought
That
in
one or
equipment and
DeSalle?
stuff. That one, the Tin Pan Alley place.
I also remember at Tin Pan Alley they had a plate, like a big old, what is it,
EMT plate.
EMT plate, and that was making stuff sound pretty nice when we were doing rough mixes. And so I think we actually bought the plate
Mhm.
from the guy and had it shipped out to the West Coast, and we used it to mix a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, that ended up at G-Sun.
Now, is this AWOL playing drum with
Yeah, I think on these two. I think on
Mhm.
Heart Attack and Tough Guy.
Yeah, definitely.
was playing drums.
But I think we must have. I feel like we recorded these at G-Sun.
Yes.
And but it's definitely him playing drums.
Yeah.
And because he's, it's tight. You just hear it's Amory. It's tight like that. Oh yeah, so Heart Attack, man. There was Bob Mack, and then Bob Mack had his friend he used to hang out with, and there was just, really, I should apologize. I think maybe the song seems kind of harsh. Like I kind of started it off
I
a
think
little bit about them.
he gave you
but
some
I was-
inspiration. I think you needed to call him out.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It was just kind of a jumping off point. Like I kind of went
No
way
apology,
beyond
Mike. I
reality.
I think, yeah. I don't know. I think it's
Maybe
good
I
you
did.
spoke up. Okay, so when did we do the Agliolio stuff then? That's after this. That's before Hello Nasty. After this, but before Hello Nasty.
Yeah.
It was in 95. This was 93, 94, and then 95 we did Agliolio.
Yeah, that was when we were
And
at
when did we
DeSalle.
do Mullethead? That was definitely
probably
around
around this time.
That wasn't DeSalle time?
No, Mullethead was
Because
definitely
Mullethead
in
came
LA.
out on a single for this record. On like Sure
Oh.
Shot or one of those
Because
singles.
I think that's all stuff with
With
AWOL
Son and
playing.
Necklace.
AWOL played on Mullethead and all the Agliolio stuff.
All right, so it must have been at this time, and Mullethead just didn't make the cut.
Yep.
No pun intended.
Or maybe we made it a little bit later and then just put it as a B-side. It
Oh,
might
yeah.
have been after the album was done.
True that.
Hey, what happened to this song? I like this music a lot.
Yeah, I love this bass line.
Yeah.
This is-
I know. We should do this song live. This is a really good track. Can we discuss playing this song live sometimes? What happened? Did that ever possibility get raised with the media or anything?
I don't know if the media got behind this story.
I think Mario came with this
Yeah.
loop with this bass line loop anyway, which I forget what it's from. I think it's actually Ron Carter playing. Oh no, I'm mixing it up. That's the Pass the Mic bass line is Ron Carter playing on somebody's record, but I'm not sure who plays this one.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I have this record too, but I feel like maybe it was Ron Carter playing on somebody's
Is it?
record. But I definitely could be wrong. We need to get Mario C on the horn.
I can't remember. It's eluding me. I'm seeing a few different records right now in my head. Richard Evans. Johnny
it
Hammond
could
record.
Be Richard Evans. It's not Johnny Hammond. Not like the you're thinking of like the Breakthrough album.
I can't remember.
It's not.
Anyway.
Oh, this part's really nice. I gotta say, I don't remember this loop.
Haven't heard this thing in a long time. What did you say about David Koresh? That's crazy.
People looking at me like I was David Koresh. It's funny.
people look at me funny still to this day, Adam. That's what I'm subject to. You being, whatever, an esteemed actor, you get a different reaction from people.
Different type of accolades.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take another look. Take another look.
This is rough and tough.
Played this for my dad, and he heard the Lee Perry thing there. This is rough and tough, and he said, "I like that."
You guys have one song.
You guys have one part of one song on your album.
Wow.
One snippet. What's the next cut? What's coming up? What's coming up?
Nice long pause right here.
Yeah, spacing. Really just taking our
Not
time.
sure what's next.
Yeah, sequencing.
What are you doing? Wait, no.
It's
What?
gonna save.
No, okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, so this one's Shambhala. Y'all. So I think this was something that we played first and then mixed the monks chanting in over it afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. I feel like we played this in New York, and then when we got back out to G-Sun, kind of
Yeah.
mix it all together with the monks and everything. I don't know any words. How come? I don't know. What was it? I don't even really remember what the inspiration of the idea was. Like somehow, 'cause I don't feel like when we played it. I don't know. Did it occur to you? To
I don't know.
Mix it up or when?
Probably I think it was sort of an
More
afterthought putting
after.
those things together.
Again, Adam, some tasty guitar.
Yeah, nice guitar
Playing.
playing.
Do you want to talk about how you're selling some of your guitar collection?
Just a part of it, not all of it. Just
Only
a little
selling
part of
500 guitars.
it. Yeah,
out of
just
the-
to make some room for my synthesizer and keyboard collection.
You're just selling some of the guitars from 58 to 64. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm not really into that era right now, so I'm moving into a new era of guitar. Ugh.
Mostly like new modern, like 8-string guitars.
I mean, if you have guitars, like really, how many guitars do you need? More than just a few. Like, really. But whatever. I guess collecting. How many of anything do you really need?
Yeah, I'd probably say after like 40, it gets pretty silly.
Yeah.
And maybe after like 10 or 15, I'd say it gets pretty crazy.
So you didn't see when I said that the dude was like Jay Leno?
Does Jay Leno collect guitars?
I thought he was like a
I think he collects
car collector?
yeah, or
motorcycles
motorcycles.
and shit.
Wild times.
Seinfeld's also into cars, which is weird. You wouldn't think. I think he'd be more into like collecting like bagels or
I'm
something.
starting a hovercraft collection, actually, coming up in the near future. No.
That would probably be a good collection because probably not a lot of people collect hovercrafts. I
Yeah.
bet.
I'm going to have to buy kind of like an airstrip to store them.
Yeah,
in,
that's what I was
you know,
just
a
thinking.
place. And also, I'm going to be collecting submarines.
Yeah, you would. Ooh, submarine. See, that's also probably untapped market there. But both things would be big infrastructure commitments. I think
I
you
actually
need.
just bought the first submarine ever made. I bought it on eBay. It's a submarine that they used during the Civil War. It's a little one-man submarine,
And was that used in any battle?
Yeah.
During the
Oh
battle?
yeah. It was used to. They were attempting to attach a bomb to the bottom of a ship. Yeah.
It's interesting because and it's unbeknownst to the band and even myself, actually, I've been collecting trapeze ephemera.
I've been collecting dust
Yeah.
all these years. I'm sorry, Mike. You were collecting what? Ephemera?
Trapeze ephemera. Yeah.
I don't know what kind of, you know what, Mike? I gotta say, you've been using a lot of big words lately. What have you been up to? Been
You know-
studying some shit?
Looking at the
Seriously.
thesaurus.
I don't know if
No, but
you.
I've noticed recently in the past few months,
I'm a
you've really expanded your vocab. What's up with that?
I'm a literate person. I
Illiterate. I'm illiterate person.
I have a high school level education.
Good times, good times.
What are you trying to say, Mike?
Well, I'm just
You
saying.
got like half a year of college under your belt.
Not really a half year because I didn't really go.
Didn't you finish that? You stayed-
I
you
mean,
stayed till-
technically,
you stayed till
I
Christmas,
finished
didn't you?
a half year, but I really wasn't there that much of the half year. So I really wouldn't feel right in crediting myself, that whole half year or semester, if you will, because it's more like, say, a quarter of a semester.
Whoa.
So this one, I got inspired to write these lyrics after hearing the Dalai Lama teach. First time I heard him teach in Arizona. And, I don't know. Anyway. I don't know how completely accurate or right. Hopefully I didn't screw anything up too badly, but
Just winging it.
kind of.
I like this one.
Hmm.
This music is crazy.
And then what's the last cut? Transitions.
Right.
Yeah.
See, it's kind of nice. And we went for kind of the mellower end in a way on the record, on this
Yeah.
record. But it's kind of cool. Kind of cool like that. This was another production recorded at Tin Pan Alley, aka Bullshit Alley, here in New York City.
Yeah, actually, I remember that. I think Mark was playing this. It kind of unfolded like this. Like Mark was playing this line on the clav or whatever, and then I started playing the bass behind him. And I think you walked in the room and started
Mm-hmm.
playing the drums.
Yeah, I think if you listen really carefully, you can kind of like, you're listening with headphones or whatever, you can kind of like hear the sound of me like kind of like sitting down, like picking up the drumsticks or something like that. Like it's kind of evident in there.
And then Ad Rock dropped a sick lead on it.
And then yeah, I guess we were also, I'm sure we were all in a room just playing live together, I think.
Yeah, at least.
I
Well,
mean,
I
we might have
think
headphones
the
too,
guitar was overdubbed, but I think my memory anyway is that the bass.
I was actually at a hotel. I did mine. I think it was Nice or wow, I can't remember. Monte
Monaco.
Carlo.
I believe it was Monaco.
That's what it was.
Weren't you in D.C. with the mayor at the time?
Whoa! Wow! In the hotel room. If you watch the video really closely,
You're
you
over
see me.
in the
I
satchel.
pop my head out the bathroom like, oh, whoa!
Weren't you on a
Whoa.
naked rampage in a hotel in New York?
No, with Daniel Baldwin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have been.
Yeah. Something about a cocaine rampage.
And then
What's the rating on this thing? Can I say that?
And my name was in the log at Spitzer's Hotel in D.C. that time. Yep. Kind of the Zelig of like hotel appearances.
Of wrong moments.
Wrong moments in hotel history.
The oops files.
Oh. And that was Ill Communication. Thank you.
The Old Communication album. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us for these special times together. Big shout out Mario C, Money Mark,
Oh, should we say something about the cover, the artwork?
The Biz, Q-Tip.
Isn't that something they'd like us to do as well? Talk about the
artwork.
We could. There's deluxe. I mean, like how deluxe it is. How it's just deluxe.
It's super deluxe.
It's mega deluxe.
I guess we already talked about it. It's mostly Ari's pictures.
Ari's pictures, but then gets very deluxe in the deluxe version.
It's super deluxe.
A lot of covers, a lot of records. There's
all the singles and stuff. There's some good singles.
Yeah, there were some good singles and remixes.
Just some good little extra vibes, all kinds of extra.
Oh,
little
and
songs.
also there is the unreleased acoustic version of Heart Attack Man.
Oh yeah,
which isn't part of the record itself, but
they're the extended version.
Whole cuts.
Folk music foray, Mike, is really like untalked about and untapped. Really, if you want to sort of talk about those years that you were on the circuit.
I'm in talks with the Smithsonian. They want to acquire my catalog and then burn it.
And burn it.
So as not to, blemish not to just blemish the whole genre, which I think is wrong. I'd rather they kept it around. But, if they pay me good money, they can really do what they want with it.
All right, fellas, I'm going to tail slate this. So we got it.
Okay.
So tail slate. Hold your mics out.
Oh.